What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time watching my video. My name is Matt Samolski. I'm Matt the car guy. On this channel I do car reviews. I'm back here at Gettle Kia in Bradenton, Florida. Big shout out to these guys for allowing me to film yet another one of their vehicles. And today I have this brand new, this model just hit the showrooms literally about a week ago, Kia GT. Not a GT line, but a GT. Last year Kia started teasing us when the K5 came out and they had the GT line, which looked very similar. But we're gonna go through some of the features of this vehicle on the exterior, interior. We're gonna check out what hides underneath the hood, and that's probably the biggest difference between this and the GT line. We'll check out some other features. We'll finally take it for a spin. So if you're ready, let's go. Okay, so let's take a look at the front of this vehicle. You can see some of the big differences between this and the regular EX, which I reviewed a few months ago, is the design of this front spoiler, the front bumper at the bottom. It's nicely profiled. It looks very sporty. Even a very clever design in here. It looks like the air intakes, but they're not. But it looks like this very aerodynamic trim. But what's inside of it are the fog lights, which is genius design. I mean, it serves dual purpose. Lights nice and thin. It's got this zigzag kind of LED underneath here. The lights are fully LED, by the way. It's got this, people say it's the shark tooth or tiger shark tooth profile in the front, the grille. It's got that continuation with the same color at the bottom. Now it's got this shiny element right in here that continues and cuts into this beautiful gray wolf paint. As far as the hood itself, it's fairly simple, but it does have a few body lines, and it's got this indentation which houses that Kia logo right in here, as well as the two lines that start right here and go all the way and into those A-pillars. So it looks very nice, very sporty, very aerodynamic. But the biggest difference between this and the GT line is what hides underneath this hood. So let's check it out right now. The hood, first of all, the hydraulic struts hold up the hood really nice and high without any need of putting any of the prompt sticks in there. Now this is a 2.5 liter turbocharged engine, 4-cylinder, producing 290 horsepower and massive 311 pound-feet of torque. It's made it to an 8-speed dual clutch, wet clutch automatic transmission. And you know what, I've heard that it does 0 to 60 in about 5 seconds, 5.2 to be exact. So this is the biggest difference between the GT and the GT line, which is just a basic Kia with the sporty design. That one has a 1.6 liter engine, which is a lot less powerful. So if you like speed, if you like power, this should give you both of that. Well, the side view of the K5 looks just like the regular K5 with a few differences. I mean, I love this sporty design. It kind of sits slow. It looks sporty. It looks very good, especially with this gray wolf paint. So when the lights, you can see the zigzag that still continues on the side. It's got a little bit of a reflector lights. These wheels are 19-inch wheels, and the Pirelli P0 tires. Those are sport tires. 245 40 by 19, that's the size of the tires. It also has bigger brakes. That's what makes a GT a GT. It needs a little bit more of that stopping power with the sporty vehicle. Black mirrors, black panoramic sunroof, black trim around the windows adds to that sportiness and the design of these vehicles. Same thing with the wheels. Those are not staggered wheels. They actually have the same size, the 245 on the wheels in the back. And we have a little bit of the design elements starting right on the side in here, but we'll get to it when we look at the back of this car. Let's check out the back of the GT. Like, see, it's a GT, there's no line underneath here, so it's a regular Kia GT. K5 right on the other side, but look how nicely and sloped this back is. Now it almost looks like this fastback that the entire thing opens up, but it's not the case. Only the trunk opens up. We're going to check it out in just a little bit. On top of there, you see this shark fin antenna. You have this big LED light right on top of that window, the rear window right here, and the typical Kia K5 lights go all the way across, nicely illuminated. It's got several pieces right here that illuminate at night. What's different about this one, also it has this GT styling, which has got this trunk lit spoiler, which in the shiny black color complements this color of the vehicle. Really nice Kia logo right here. And then at the bottom here you have the air diffusers, you have some reflector lights, and again the biggest difference between this and the GT line, that this one has quad exhaust tips, 2 on each side. Really nice, really aggressive looking, and really powerful. We'll see how much the trunk space it has. Before we do that, it has a trunk release right here, right next to the rear view camera. So let's open it up. So it's got a decent size trunk space right here. I mean, it's not huge, but for the size of the vehicle, comparing it to a Honda Accord and to Toyota Camry and stuff like this, I mean, it would be very comparable. Now underneath here, this one has a mat, so let's see if it does have a spare tire. It does have a spare tire. It's got good tools to replace or remove, change the tire. And you can see that the seats, they have a 60-40 split. You actually can fold the seats down or release the seats by pulling those little levers right here that releases the back of the seats. Too bad I can't push them from here, or they're not automated. That would be probably even better than that, but not a bad size trunk. Well, I've just driven this vehicle and I want to see if it's got enough room to fit a passenger behind me as a driver. I'm 6 feet tall, so this is for your point of reference. See if I have enough leg room, especially headroom, shoulder room, and if it's comfortable. And I'm very happy to report that it is. I have plenty of headroom. I have over 2 inches of headroom. I have probably about 2 inches between my knees and the back of the seats, which is nicely profiled. Plenty of shoulder room, and the seats are comfortable. So that's my 2 cents, but you got to check out this interior in here because it's absolutely amazing. All right, so let's start with the door. I mean, this is a syntax material. It's not leather, it's kind of a man-made leather, but it looks real. It does have a little bit of this fake wood trim, aluminum looking door handles, a little bit of the piano trim, a big speaker in the back, and let's check out how the seats look in here. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but we're going to try to give you a little bit of a close-up of that contrast stitching. It actually has the red stitching around this black syntax material. It does have a little bit of a armrest with the cup holders in it, and the only other thing in the back you have is the air vents, as well as the USB ports, not the USB-C, but the 2 USB ports right underneath here. The seats nicely profiled so you can fit comfortably behind them, and both of them have seat pockets in the back. But we're gonna check out and hear how the doors close right here. That's a very nice and solid sound of the closing door. Again, you know, the Kia came a long way, you know, of being a not very reliable vehicle to a very quality vehicle right now. So the door itself, I mean, you see basically the same theme as on the back door. Of course, you have a little bit of this, I don't know if it's the fake wood, but it's got a little bit of this aluminum trim. This is that syntax, which has the red stitching around it, has the piano trim right here, and then you have the window and mirror controls, as well as you have the speaker and a little bit of a pocket, but I can't wait to show you the interior of this vehicle. I'll just take a peek at it before we actually start talking about it. Look at the front seats. First of all, you have this GT logo embroidered right into the seat. Not only you have several different textures of the leather, which you have the regular leather right here, you have the perforated one, you have a little bit of that fabric right in the middle just to have the accents of different. I keep talking about the leather, but this is not leather. This is what they call the syntax seating surfaces. Now you have this red tubing around here, which looks absolutely amazing. And if you take a look at this from this standpoint, it looks awesome. And I'm about to get in and let's play with some of the features inside of this car. So first of all, let's take a look on the door right here. We already checked it out, but I want to point out something. This is basically like a door grab handle. You pull it, close the door, nicely profiled. It actually fits in this car very nicely. On the left hand side of the steering wheel, you have a few buttons. You have your trunk release, you have your lane keep assist, you can turn off your traction control, and then you have a button to adjust the brightness of the instrument cluster. As far as the steering wheel, you know, they still have this round Kia. I guess that's their signature, but the whole steering wheel is a little bit different. As you can see, we've seen that similar one on the Stinger right here with the flat bottom, and you have the GT right at the bottom of this aluminum trim. The steering wheel looks really nice, really sporty. It's got some buttons on both sides, so let's check them out. On the left hand side, you have the mode button, you have the volume button, you have an up and down that basically controls some features that are inside of that screen. And then on the right hand side, you have pages, you have the up and down, that's actually for the middle screen control. Then you have a steering wheel button, which I believe it's a heated steering wheel. Let's actually turn this car on and we start playing with the pages buttons. Pages controls what happens in the middle screen. So as you can see, you have driver's assistance, lights, door, sound, convenience. So you have several different menu items. You have your speed that can be displayed in here, oil temperature, torque, turbo. I'm going to leave it on that while we drive to see that. Accumulated info. Okay, and then you have back to settings in here. On the left hand side, you have a tachometer. On the right hand side, you have a speedometer. And on the left hand side, you have the temperature, coolant temperature. Right hand side, you have the fuel level. You have the temperature. Check it out. We're in February, guys. It's 91 degrees, 45 miles is what's on this car. And on top of here, you have the range. We can do 334 miles, supposedly, if we start driving now. And we're parked, so we're in park. So that's what's inside of here. Let's check out what's in the middle screen. I've seen this screen at so many Kias right here, but let's check this out really quick. You have those hard buttons right on the side here for radio, media, and the favorite button. Then you have your power and volume control in here. You can hit the menu. You can edit widgets. Left widget, right widget, home icon, so you can set it up the way that you want to. And go back to all menus. You hit the home one, so back to here. So basically you have the media and you can connect your phone. That's what it tells you in here. You can do a setup the way you like it. Sound, device connection, vehicle. Let's check what the vehicle settings are, if there is any specific settings to this vehicle. So you have the drive mode. You can change it to custom. So you have, here's your options. Powertrain. You can have a normal powertrain, then you can have Sport or Sport Plus. We'll change that. Or we're actually gonna go in the Sport Plus as far as the drive modes. And let's see if that's available. So let's see what drive modes are available first before I start playing with this. Let's go back to the home screen right here. And let's see what happens when I twist that drive mode button. Okay, so we have Sport Plus, Custom, Sport, and Normal. Those are the sport modes that are available. We're going to leave it in Sport Plus. Back to the screen. Check out what else hides in here. Okay, there's not a whole lot of features, not a whole lot of stuff that you can do in here, but you can see you have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. I believe those have to be connected in order for the icons to actually turn from the grayed out ones to the regular ones. Okay, so you can hear the radio. It's pretty good. Vehicle display button, that's basically customizes custom button right here, or mode button on the steering wheel, and then these are your options which you can do. So several different options that you can choose from. Might have to be upgraded to the higher trim as far as the infotainment system. This one looks like it's the smaller one, and I would have to check if the bigger one is available on here. But moving on, underneath here you have the hazard lights, and then you have your shortcuts for your air conditioning, for your ventilation system basically. Now you have this shifter right here. Again, I think they could have done a better job with the shifter. I mean, this is kind of like the regular K5, and I did have a little bit of an issue with it. It looks kind of cheap, doesn't fit this car. At the bottom here you have the USB charging and the regular 12-volt adapter. And here you have the cup holders, electronic parking brake, you have the auto hold. What that means is if you pull up to the light, let's say, you press and hold the brake pedal, it's gonna go into the auto hold mode. You release the brake pedal, the car will not move until you hit the accelerator without switching the gears. You have the heated seats. You have the heated seats right here, 3-stage heated seats. Then you have the wireless charging for your phone right here. It fits right inside of here, depending on which phone you have. See, I have a case on mine, so it will not charge it until I would remove the case. Then you have the drive mode selector right in the middle here, and then you have the console in here and here. So you have the wireless charging tips. Okay, basically amber is charging and green when it's charged. That's the light that they're telling you right here. And regular mirror with the HomeLink right at the bottom, and then you have your panoramic sunroof, one-touch operation. Okay, pretty decent size. Let's see if it goes any further. No, that's as far as it goes, but for the size of this vehicle it's not bad at all. And then you can actually close that curtain right here to have more privacy and less light going in the car. Lights, touch. Okay, you don't have to press this, you can just press the light itself. Let's take a quick look at the materials used. Okay, this is a kind of a fake leather. It's not bad. You have this trim that goes around the doors as well. And then of course you have your glove box right in here. You have some aluminum looking trim right on the inside of this vehicle, and that is pretty much it as far as the design of it. I actually like the way that this trim follows and connects with the dashboard in here. There's some speakers incorporated in there. It looks very nice visually. It's a great looking vehicle. I just wish it had a little bit more features on that infotainment system, and I believe that this one is not the fully equipped one. I'm going to post everything that's what's on this car, and then you can check out on Kia's website and see if you can customize it. But I'm more interested in the way it drives because I've seen the design of the Kia inside. So let's take it for a spin. Well, all right guys, so I'm about to take this for a spin. I did some digging and here's what I found out. First of all, you know, you can get, this is the 8-inch screen, so that's why it doesn't have a lot of the features that some of the other Kias that I tested did. You can get the GT1 package, which is a $4,000 option, but it includes a lot of this equipment. It actually includes the full LED headlights, ventilated front seats. This one has the heated one but not ventilated, heated steering wheel, leather wrapped gear shift handle, 10.25-inch screen, navigation, voice recognitions, 12 speaker, Bose stereo, smart cruise control, navigation based smart cruise control, which is actually pretty cool because the vehicle will based on the navigation, based on the data that it's in navigation, if the road curves, the cruise control actually will make the vehicle curve. So hopefully that's a pretty safe, different package in here. Highway driving assist, safe exit assist, parking distance warning, parking collision avoidance. So it's got a lot of the technological features that we've seen in other cars. So you can get it on that. So if that's what worried you, which it did for a little bit for me, no, you can get it. Now, as far as the price, the base price of the GT is $30,590. So that's about $7,000 more than the regular LX. And you know, the biggest differences is of course the engine. You get the different wheels, different suspension, different exhaust tips, different brakes, different wheels, a lot of the different accents in here. You get the standard panoramic sunroof. But what I'm curious about is the performance of this vehicle. So this one is at $30,990. It has a few different options on here. The wolf gray paint is an option. That's about $445. It does have the cargo mat. We've seen that in the trunk. Carpeted floor mats, auto dimming mirror with HomeLink. Total price on this one, as tested, $32,630 before dealer added options. Let's check out the rear view camera. Base rear view camera. Hopefully you'd get a little bit better quality and a bigger camera with the $4,000 option that you can get it at. But this one, you know, it has the trajectory lines. You can see them moving, as well as there's one fixed line that tells you basically where the vehicle is going versus where it would go if you turn the steering wheel. Check out how many parking spots it will take to turn this vehicle completely around. So we have turn the steering wheel all the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 parking spaces. Turn this vehicle around. I have this vehicle set in the Sport Plus mode. It feels powerful already. I know it's a 2.5 liter engine, but it's one of the few cars, okay, that have the 2.5 liter engine, almost 300 horsepower. Now this one is a 2-wheel drive. I mean, and that thing is about the max horsepower, not even horsepower, but as much as torque, 311 pound-feet of torque. I mean, this thing should be screaming with the acceleration, and we're about to check that out. Oh, see, I have that auto hold feature. I let go of the brake pedal. The car still stops. All I have to do to re-engage it is press the accelerator, and I'm merge into this traffic. Wow, that is really nice. Okay, this is the same engine that Sorento has, the one that I tested, 2.5 liter engine, but it's very capable. Let's see, we switch that to a manual mode. See if the engine's gonna switch it by itself. You can hear the engine right now. I have it in the lower gear. And let's take this corner, like on rails. Okay, the shifter is really responsive as far as the the seats hold you in place. I like the seats, but they're not too obtrusive, which means they don't cut into your body. They're very nice. It shifts nice and smooth. It's got great acceleration. It's got good brakes. I don't want to scare the people behind me and get into an accident, but it's got good braking power. It looks great. I mean, for what it is. I mean, a little bit of that interface, quite frankly, that bothers me a little bit, that I don't have the one with the 10.25 inch screen, but makes me feel better that it is available for this car. It's kind of interesting because I don't know, a lot of the cars will tell you where to switch when you get to a certain RPMs. It will, you know, either blink an arrow to upshift it or downshift it. This one doesn't do it, It's not a huge deterrent for me, but let's see. I'm gonna turn it around and then I'm gonna hit it. Wow, did you hear that tire squeal? I'll put it into an automatic mode. Wow, this thing is fast. Just over $30,000. I mean, there's not many cars that can compete with that, honestly. You know, even if you get it with, you know, that optional $4,000 package at 35 grand, it's really capable. It's really powerful. Okay, a little bit off that body roll when you take the turn. Not bad though. The seats compensate for it. So again, this is a really nice vehicle. You can check out the braking power because of some incompetent drivers in front of me. That's it, guys. In front of us, take a look, because it's a unicorn. It's one of the ugliest cars ever produced. Nissan Murano convertible. Hope you can see it. Hope you can see it and forget about that you saw it. I'd love to review one. It's so weird that I'd like to take a look at it up close and personal. So if you have it, you want to prove me wrong that it's the ugliest one, hit me up, email me, I'll do it. If you're close to Florida especially. Well, I gotta tell you, give this vehicle a big thumbs up. I really, really like it. I love the design, especially this color combination. And if you like watching reviews like this, or you like listening to me talking about cars, please check out the rest of this channel. If you see anything that you like, consider subscribing, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. I post videos twice a week on Wednesdays and Sundays, and I don't want you to miss any of the cool stuff that's coming out. There's quite a bit of that. And thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for being part of the Matt the Car Guy family, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers.